And I am a huge victim of beauty warfare. I definitely feel like I was pushed out the way because I wasn't accommodating in the societal way that they wanted me to be. And I was never mean, but I remember all the ugly people who took offense to who I was, and I remember them. I remember them like yesterday, okay? I'm never going to say that a lot of my situations were caused by me, because ugly people be out there fucking up people's life. Because when someone is beautiful, you can't help but notice, right? Not in an obsessive way, but in a way that makes you think, why isn't this person famous? Why isn't this person celebrated? And this is exactly why I always have questions about attractive people, because it goes into a deeper tension, a warfare. And definitely we're in a system that is separating and silencing naturally attractive people, because not because they lack talent or worth, but because their presence disrupts a certain narrative. Because beauty, when it's not obedient, becomes dangerous to those who love control. So what I'm really trying to say is this: there will always be options from those who benefit from featurisms. So what I'm really trying to say is there are always options for people who benefit from featurism and looks. Even if the world tries to exclude you, still have choices. The reason I say that is because exclusion can be deeply discouraging when you benefit from featurism and looks, right? So when you just go through so many experiences that you feel like your character is being mislabeled, you feel like a bitch just got you fucked up, and excuse my language, but that's why I made these videos. That's why I started making videos, because I know there's someone out there that's being targeted and they have no control over it. So it's so painful when someone mischaracterizes you and disregards you. When you are a perfect being, when you look cute as fuck, you know you look good, you know people hate on you. Like, it is a terrible experience. When someone benefits from beauty, when someone who benefits from beauty is being pushed out or ignored, it can trigger hypervigilance, stress, and even the belief that no one truly cares about you. And so the person who excludes you know that you're going to start thinking that. They know that. They already sense that you're weak. And I'm saying this in a spiritual sense because human nature is dark. So they sense that spiritually you are not strong. That is how spiritual warfare plays out, right? And so you ultimately see what they do and you get offended by it. You go into isolation. You don't ask people for help. You don't go outside and try to find friends. You know, you withdraw, because discouragement is a powerful exchange. When a person becomes discouraged, they will not go outside for years. And so that one person who does that to you, whether it's the person at Taco Bell, the person at Safeway, the person at Starbucks, when they do that to you, they automatically know that you're going to be affected by it. So the thing that they don't know is the power you hold. And it's important for you to know this, because this is going to teach you who to align with and who to avoid. Because like I always tell people, if you look good or if you benefit from some featurism and someone rejected you, you are powerful. When someone rejects you without giving you an explanation, especially if you know you benefit from looks and featurism, you are powerful. Sorry. And the reason why I say this is because it's just so funny that people naturally think that someone would not look at somebody and go, fuck them, and then go right back to their work. It's so funny how humans would not think that, but that stuff be happening all the time, right? Because people outside do whatever they want to do, because most of them don't believe there's a God watching them, and so they do stuff that they think is appropriate when it's not. So this is where discernment becomes essential, and not just logical discernment, but spiritual discernment. If you have it, you can feel where it's safe for you. For women who benefit from Featurism, your safe space will be often found with a man, specifically men who are grounded, mature, secure in themselves. They have jobs, they have a vision, and they don't project immaturity or insecurity. These men are patient and they want to understand your world. They don't punish you for your beauty, they honor it. If you're a man who benefits from Featurism, your safe space will possibly be with a woman who genuinely appreciates you. But even then, the opposite sex can sometimes act hot or cold, right? That's why it's so important to find leverage in your life to take care of yourself, to start your mornings with self-care, to romanticize your life, because if anything goes down, you'll be prepared. Like I always tell attractive people, be prepared for some shit to happen anywhere, because someone's always looking at you, judging and projecting on you. Because when you benefit from looks, it becomes your responsibility to protect your peace and make sure your needs are met. So support is essential, and some people will say you're not strong enough to deal with this. But the truth is, most people who benefit from beauty aren't emotionally equipped to handle the projections, the jealousy, the expectations that the world place on them. This is why we see attractive people that are homeless. This is why we see attractive people that become housewives. They're always with their husband, or they're always with their partners, because they don't know how to socially deal with the world targeting them for their looks. So even Raven-Symoné said that once she came to terms with her identity, she didn't want to be in the spotlight. She didn't want to people please. She just wanted to be alone. And she's a light-skinned woman. And she felt like everybody wanted a piece of her looks. Everybody wanted her to be accommodating, yet it stressed her out. It caused her to go through a duality with her just being herself and not talking when she didn't want to talk, and then being extremely people pleasing. And I noticed that during her later parts of her fame, especially when That's So Raven came out, because it was like, I always felt like she never gave off I want to be here. It was like she was just forcing herself to put on an act. And so she got tired of that. And she said once she stopped once her show That's So Raven ended, she immediately left Hollywood and came out as a lesbian. She says what's on her